All games are educational. Let me say that again. All games are educational. Now think about that for a moment because it might allow us to view games in a different light. And here I am playing one of the most iconic games ever made and one of the original arcade games, Space Invaders, right? So you might think, well, is this game educational? Am I learning playing Space Invaders? And the answer is, of course we are. And that's because there's all sorts of deep learning happening while I'm playing this game. I'm learning the rules of the game. I'm learning the game mechanics. I'm learning about cause and effect. You know, what happens when I shoot this shield? What happens when I shoot an alien? What happens when the aliens drop down a level? You know, they go faster. So I'm learning the game mechanics. I'm learning about and practicing trial and error because I'm failing. I'm failing constantly in this game. Right there, I just got shot. So I call these micro fails, where you're failing a lot of times, frequently, but you're also learning from that failure and how to succeed. You're fully engaged in this experience because if I don't remain fully engaged and I lose focus, what happens? I'll lose the game, right? It happens very, very quickly. So I'm practicing engagement and focus. I'm even learning and gaining skills with my hands, right? Hand-eye coordination. I'm learning about timing, so when can I peek out from behind the shield and shoot that alien without getting shot myself. I'm learning fine motor skills in terms of my fingers moving the keys, and we may take that for granted, but I have a son with special needs, and when he was growing up, you know, that's a real challenge for him to hold a pencil or drink from a cup. It required actual practice and therapy. And after a lot of practice and therapy, now my son is beating me at Mario Kart on the Nintendo, right? All of these things happen because our brain is constantly learning. So it's not a matter of whether a game is educational or not. All games are educational. All games are learning games because our brain is always learning. So the question is, how does this game, the iconic Space Invaders or simple shoot 'em up game, compared to something like this? This is the GoVenture Entrepreneur Business Simulation, where you run a business and learn about business. And the big difference here between this game, which is designed specifically for education, versus a Space Invaders, which is designed primarily for entertainment. It's not that whether our brain is learning in one or the other, it's learning in both. The question is, the knowledge and the skills that I'm learning, are they transferable to the real world to help me succeed at life? That's the big question. That's the big difference between this game that you're looking at on screen and the Space Invaders games or any entertainment games. You're gaining knowledge, you're gaining skills, but in an entertainment game, that knowledge and skills are limited in their ability to help you succeed in the real world. Whereas a game designed specifically for learning is totally based on that objective, transferable real-world knowledge and skills. The other big difference is a game like this one, the experience is compressed in such a way that you can learn more by playing a simulation like this than doing something in the real world itself or using other learning methods like lectures and books and videos and so on. In fact, with an experience like this, you can learn multiple times faster. I'm talking 10, 20, 30, 40 times faster than using conventional learning methods and learning through live experience itself. So that's the big message. All games are educational in one way or another because our brain is learning, and hopefully you'll now see games in a very, very different light going forward. I'm Matthew Giorgio. GoVenture is one of the original and most widely used series of educational games and simulations in the world. Discover a better way to teach and learn at goventure.net.